The first thing I do with every hitter is give them an On-Base University functional movement screen. This consists of 12 exercises, takes less than 10 minutes to administer. It's important to know what a player can't physically do before we start asking him to make changes to his swing. This player is doing the toe tap test. It measures internal hip rotation. I use this worksheet to record pass fails as I assess the hitter on his rotation, core control, live and independent hands, and stable posture. It's also a great resource for the player's trainer. Keep in mind, if a hitter fails every test, it doesn't mean he can't hit. It just means he probably won't look like the hitter who passed all the tests. Another great tool we have in our toolbox is video analysis. I use this worksheet to record what I see in a player's swing that does not match the swings of the best major league players. This worksheet allows for a more surgical strike into what's going on with a swing. What's great about video analysis is coaches and players have easy access to it. The problem has always been the lack of common language when communicating what a good swing looks like. That can be solved by showing a specific player characteristic and how it differs from the best major leaguers. Here's an example. This 4-view is a great convincer because we're able to put the minor league swing in the upper left frame versus the major league all-stars in the other 3 frames. We first let the hitter know that creating and maintaining a correct posture is essential to getting the most out of the swing. From stance to toe touch, the hitter normally has an attacking posture, a slight forward lean toward the pitcher with their upper body. And then at heel plant, they should have a backward posture, a slight backward lean away from the pitcher with the upper body. This is so they can fully transition into rotation. With this view, the minor leaguer can clearly see that he doesn't start with an attacking posture. I've now taken all the hitters to the heel plant position, and again, I've drawn a line from the eye to the belt buckle. It's clear to see in the Major League example that all 3 hitters have begun to change their posture from forward to backward, while the minor league player remains in backward posture. A good shift in posture allows the hitter to control the speed and timing of the positive move and the weight shift throughout the swing. By letting our minor league hitter see, perhaps for the first time, how his swing is different, and by explaining how this difference could sabotage his power, contact, and efficiency, we are building trust with the hitter. Since our ultimate goal is improvement, it's also important to not leave the player hanging. I've created an online help page where players can find videos that explain their specific swing issues in detail, as well as helpful drill videos so they can practice improving on their own. This video library is not only a great way for a hitter to learn about his specific issues, he can also learn more about other areas of the swing. Here's a 3-minute video link explaining a specific characteristic, and here are shorter videos that show helpful drills. When we use video analysis to work with a hitter, the goal is for each player to take ownership in his swing improvement, and we want him to answer yes to the following questions. Do you understand it? Can you see it on video? Can you duplicate it? And can you feel it? I also have my hitters take 25 swings with blast sensor and record the data on the worksheet. I can then show the hitter any areas flagged as yellow or red and explain what the numbers mean. Then I point the hitter to drills specifically designed to help improve these areas. The worksheet is divided into 3 so the hitter can check for improvement or regression throughout the season. The final screen I do for my hitters is to set them up with the K-Motion vest to check their kinematic sequence and posture. This is a great new tool that provides data and insight about a hitter's swing that previously could not be measured. Depending on the hitter, sometimes I will explain what an efficient sequence graph looks like, keeping it very basic. The horizontal line measures time, and the vertical line measures rotational velocity of each body part. I can explain to a hitter that this is the point when your hips reach peak speed, this is the point when your torso reaches peak speed, this is the point when your lead arm reaches peak speed, and this is the point at contact when your hands reach peak speed. It's important to reach peak speed in order from the ground up. When looking at the graph, that's left to right. Besides being in sequence, the second thing I stress to the hitters is the importance of speed gain from the pelvis to the torso. When we jump over to the minor leaguer's graph on the right, we can see that he's not in sequence, but also that his speed gain from his torso to the pelvis is too low. This is explained in more detail as we scroll down. We can see here that the hitter's peak speed was not in sequence from the ground up. We can also see here that the peak speed gain from the pelvis to the torso is not high enough. We want the difference to be 1.5 times faster with the torso. It's not easy for someone to change his core movements, but with a lot of drill work, a player who is invested can definitely improve. This is our minor league player's graph 4 weeks later, and it looks much better. And as we scroll down, we can see he's in correct sequence, and we can see that his speed gain from his pelvis to his torso is 1.5. The posture portion of the K-Vest program is one of my favorites because I found a direct correlation between improving posture and results such as increased power, contact, and efficiency. I'll take the average of the player's last 15 swings with the vest on and record them on this worksheet. I record each measurement here and then add a total on the far right here, so at a glance I can see how many of each body part and movement is within pro range. Any numbers that don't fall into range I flag with a highlighter. This gives me specific areas to work on in the software. I will go over a posture worksheet with the player as long as I have the animation of his swing on the screen. The animation of a swing is a great way for a player to visualize the body parts and how they move. For example, with this left-handed player, we flag the forward bend of the pelvis as being too low at heel strike. We want the pelvis bend forward to be between 20 and 35 degrees at heel strike. When we look to the left, we can see this hitter consistently reaches a number that is much less. Now that the hitter understands the body part and the movement we want to work on, we can move to the biofeedback portion of the program. Here we see our minor leaguer working on torso bend at heel strike. What's so cool about biofeedback is how fast it gets ingrained into our hitter. Once he learns the correct posture for a body part, it becomes difficult for his body to go back to the out of posture position he was in previously. The last thing I want to talk to you about is the value of a Rapsodo or HitTrax machine. Having a player take live swings with the results always being recorded is a bonus. It lets the hitter know if his hard work with the video, the blast, and the K-Vest is paying off. Here we see the results of this minor league player's improvement from November to January.